What's poppin', everybody? This is Wolf94. I've got a TCG match for the expander format using Rayeels. A lot of shit is going on, guys, during these days. As you guys know, we have the European Championships in Berlin. They're going to be the day after tomorrow. I'm going to have to cover those. Unbroken Bonds is on his way. There's a bunch of videos I have to make for that too. And with the rotation announced suddenly out of the blue, a couple of days ago, I've been working non-stop on the script and making the big video where I'm going to cover everything. So a lot of shit going on at once here. There's a lot of stuff on my plate for this channel. So I hope you guys bear with me. I know that maybe my uploads have been kind of more random lately, these last couple of days. It's basically because of this. I need to get out the rotation video as soon as possible before the international championships happen. Then after those, I'm going to have to make a recap on that whole tournament too. It's too important to just ignore. And then Unbroken Bonds, I got a lot of shit for that too. I got to make a best sets review, best cards set review, and the best decks that you can make from that deck. So lots of stuff. Anyways, hope you guys will bear with me. For this game, yeah, just a good little Rayeels game. I still use this deck in the expanded format until we get the Unbroken Bond shit and we make some new decks. Should be pretty fun with fire. But yeah, I open up with Rayquaza EX here. The main Pokemon, Rayquaza EX. I changed this Rayeels deck a bit in the expanded format. It's probably going to change more as time goes on. I took out the Shining Rayquaza. That card was kind of, it clogged too much, like it just having too many Pokemon, and per factor it just wasn't very useful. There's a few instances where it's good to have around, but I took it out, put another nest ball, make the deck more consistent. It needs to be as consistent as possible. So we have a really shitty hand, as you guys can see here. I've had much worse, but we don't have a supporter to use. We've got the VS Seekers kind of dead. Super Rod, not needed right now, and a few energies. So yeah, this is why you got to make it as consistent as possible. And my opponent is playing, he's probably playing some sort of Mew Toolbox deck, having these evolutions there that block Pokemon with their attacks. The Evolution EX is there. Jolteon blocking basic Pokemon, and Glaceon blocking evolution Pokemon once they attack. Plays down the Dimension Valley too. So yeah, it's Mew. It's Mew going to be running the show here, copying different attacks of Pokemon. He plays down this Rayeels too that just blocks the X Pokemon. I don't know if that's too great in a metagame with so many GX Pokemon, but anyways, I guess it's a toolbox deck. He's running a couple of these options to wall Pokemon, but it should be easy for me because if I just have the time, the damage these Pokemon do isn't enough, and I have this deck built to handle these types of decks that want to lock you out. I have my outs. So let's use Volkner since it's the only thing I have here. It seems we got a few things. I believe my opponent must have end or something. Anyways, Nest Ball, let's get the little eel there, Dynamo. Gonna take this slow. I could have just used Juniper and discard everything and draw a bunch of cards at once. But we're gonna take things a bit slow here, just get some good setup going. I'm not worried too much about this deck, to be honest. We still can't be like, we can't get careless, but I'm gonna take it slow. Instead of just discarding my shit, I'm gonna build up the Pokemon and then use a big Colress. Do it that way. So we did only get one eel down though, which kind of sucks a bit. Maybe sometimes you can't just make this slow plays like I did here. It was probably not the greatest play. Maybe it would have been better to just play as many cards as I could and then just go with the Juniper, but sometimes that backfires too. I decided to save the switch and Floatstone. Maybe you're going to need those. Anyway, my opponent just getting a few energies with Max Elixir, it seems, and he played down the Fury Belt. It doesn't really work. Yeah, you're going to give Mew a little bit more HP, but you know, 90 HP, I can still knock it out easily. Maybe not with just one fire energy on this Rayquaza, but it won't be too hard. So, speaking of which, this is one of the few times that this Rayquaza from Dragon Vault will finally come in handy. I still run this Pokemon, just opting to keep this in as opposed to the Shiny Rayquaza, just because I want to have an out against Pyroar particularly, and these other Pokemon like the Jolteon, blocking basic Pokemon and shit. So it's nice to have around. I just hope they give us a new, like, good Shred Dragon like that. Uh, I like the art on this Dragon Volt Rayquaza. It's super cool, one of my favorites. But it's a really weak card at this point. So yeah. Alright, so we get our Rayquaza there, Dragon Vault, speaking of which, ready. And I'm going to be able to use Shred and get an instant knockout there. So let's go ahead and knock you out really easily. I've got the Jirachi in hand too in the switch if you want to make some more searching plays. Get Raikou from the prizes, that can be a really handy Pokemon too. This is another one of the ways that we can just mess around with these decks that want to wall you. I can just target down other Pokemon on the bench and KO them with Jolteon with Raikou if it comes to that. Man, I've just been talking so much, recording that script for the rotation. It's really big, like a 10-page script and shit. Fuck. It's gonna be a much longer video for the rotation this time around compared to last year's, because the Sun and Moon sets are really big. They've got a lot of cards in them that are significant. And there's other things that I gotta mention in that video too. So my opponent is gonna go ahead and promote Jolteon here. He has to get him ready, and it is gonna be his only hope. Otherwise, this deck doesn't really have any threats against me, and I can just take my time, power up Rayquaza, and get easy knockouts. He played down this Seismitoad too. Now that is an annoying Pokemon against my deck. Of course, I can deal with it once I gather the energies, but it is definitely an annoying Pokemon, no doubt. I mean, if he knows a thing or two, he's probably going to try and copy that dude's attack to slow me down, as opposed to trying to use Jolteon. But we'll see what he does. Goes ahead and uses Ice Beam. I'm pretty sure that's Regice's first attack. I guess trying to paralyze me, but it's not going to work. I'm going to get another easy knockout here with Shred. Yeah, Shred is just great. It completely makes his strategy worthless with Jolteon. He has to kill this Rayquaza, otherwise his little defense strategy can't work. I've got the Super Rod too to recycle this guy, so we are kind of prepared. This Rayeels deck that I'm running, I do have it to have a few outs for these sorts of Pokemon. It messes up your consistency a bit because we could have used another good card as opposed to this guy that is just useful against Jolteon and Pyro and shit. But I like to have him around. It'll probably change in the future, but they got to give us a good shredding Pokemon because I don't want to take this guy out for something else. Okay, let's see here. Getting a bunch of shit going. Let me get rid of your stadium for my Rough Seas. This is probably a card that's going to help him out a lot more than me, but I'm going to definitely aim to get one-hit knockouts, so it doesn't bother me that he has water Pokemon around. I just would rather get rid of his shit, have my shit down for the new. So plays a Floatstone on the Regice and still only has one water energy on Jolteon. You need a bunch of shit if you're gonna make that guy work. Like, it's not even a lightning, so he can just attach a DC and make that attack ready. So things don't seem to be going his way. I have a two card prize lead over him. Goes ahead and uses Sycamore there. Draws a lot of cards. Puts a lightning on Jolteon. So I guess it's getting close. Acrobike, dig in a bit more. And we have our other Tynamo out. My bench is full, so there won't be a third one for now. That Rayquaza EX is kind of hurt too. I mean, it did do a bunch of damage on that dude. Decided to save him. Not give you any easy prizes just yet. We're going to stay in control of the game. And I can get by with 2 electrics anyway. Against a deck like this, he hasn't shown me any big GX Pokemon that need a lot of energies to die. So let's keep building the Rayquaza EX, the fresh one, and use the computer search. Let me get rid of Jirachi, not going to be using you at this point. Juniper, let's get the level ball there. Go ahead and get that. Search out the electric. Get that dude ready. I'm not sure if I made any misplays so far. I'm really just going really fast here, but we can't quite knock the dude out. We got to get rid of his Fury build. So let's see if I see any of my tool removers. I do not. We got another stadium, switch, another level ball. Not exactly things that I need here. But I am gonna save Keldeo. Since you haven't made your attack yet, I'm just gonna use Rayquaza EX, do 120, soften you up. That Rayquaza is a bit valuable with the shred. I might just save it just in case. Because if he knocks it out and I don't use the Super Rod, I think I might have discarded Super Rod, then we'll be in a bit of trouble. I mean, of course, I do have Lysander, I've got my VS Seekers, I've got Raikou, but you just want to be safe. I don't need to let that Rayquaza die just yet when I can just retreat into another one. Okay, so he decides to get rid of my stadium. Honestly, the Rough Seas would have served him a lot better than me compared to this Dimension Valley there, but I guess that's what he wants to do. Uses Lysander to KO the hurt Rayquaza EX there. I don't know why he did that. Normally it would be in your favor to KO my Rayquaza. Just try and get rid of that guy. Because with Shred I can go through his little effect there. So let's see indeed. Gonna use the electric, get some lightning energies on Rayquaza, have your ass ready, and what are we gonna do here? One more Dynamotor, put another energy on you. I did use the supporter, or actually I didn't. We can still use either Lysander or Cynthia. Okay. So there's no point getting a single knockout on a Pokemon like Regice. I'm just going to go ahead and get 2 EX KOs here. So let us use the switch and then use the other switch again. I'm just going to play as many cards as I can so we have a good Cynthia. I just really want to see either the Startling Megaphone or the Field Blower. And we didn't. I probably should have used the level ball too there. I guess it doesn't really matter. But we didn't see shit. Anyway, I'm still gonna go ahead and go with the shred. I mean, even if I don't get the KO, eventually I am gonna see those tools, and I can just knock out the Jolteon that way, like get the knockout on my turn basically, by using those cards. I just hope he doesn't heal Jolteon because that would completely ruin the plan. But I get the feeling this isn't the type of deck that runs cards like Acerola. Of course, I could be wrong. We just went ahead and made that risky play. Either way, I just really wanted to attack, get that shred damage in. As long as he doesn't heal, I can still just get the knockout on this Jolteon and still make an attack. 15 cards left in the deck. I've got Juniper. I'm probably going to use it next turn. Just get the last pieces we need to round up this game. He did a few things, but he needs to do a lot more work and have some good control here over the game. If he can't use his walling tricks to just block the damage, then this deck is just a weak EX deck doing minor damage, like doing 70 damage and shit. So he's gonna promote the Glaceon there, use second bite, finish off the Rayquaza. It's fine with me. As soon as I see Startling Megaphone or the Field Blower, then we can just get the KO on Jolteon and then finish off the Glaceon too in the active position. So Fire Energy on Raikou. I've got the Dynamotors for Rayquaza and Juniper. Am I seeing the shit? And we do see the Field Blower. Good. I just get rid of your tools like that, and it's basically GG. I have the game here. I get the 2 prizes from the knockout on Jolteon EX. Then all we have to do is put 1 more energy on Rayquaza and then KO this Glaceon. So GG, kind of an old school game, you could say. No any GX is basically featured here. He ran a lot of the X and Y X's and shit, even using Hoopa to grab them. But it's GG. Rayeels gets a victory on this Toolbox Mew deck. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I've said, bear with me. I have a lot of work to do, but the videos will be coming, the good-ass videos. And hope you guys enjoyed this game. Hope you guys subscribe, leave a like, and share this with your friends. I'll see you guys hopefully soon. Sabrewolf94, what's up?